With the Locust Horde seemingly destroyed, the remaining human survivors begin to rebuild society on the island. But the islands are plagued by a new threat, raiding pirate gangs, which Marcus and his gears deal with in time. Shortly after, the Lambent begin to advance across the planet. It forces the gears and gangs to fight together to halt this advance. The battles are ferocious, leading the groups to retreat in readiness for a bloody siege at Anvil Gate. At the same time, Chairman Prescott welcomed the Grozny refugees to Vectis, but the existing Pendulum Wars veterans on Vectis are not very welcoming. The Grozny frigate bound for Vectis runs aground in the middle of the ocean. Delta Squad are ordered to leave and search for the frigate, as tensions between COG and Grozny forces escalate at the base. Mataki and Lieutenant Anya Stroud patrol and prepare to ambush a group of stranded, but hit a trap and become vulnerable to attack. The group are joined by Marcus and Baird as they continue on foot. The gears locate a stranded cache of explosives, finding the stranded and take them back to the base for interrogation. After being picked up by a patrol boat, Delta are caught in an explosion from under the ocean, from an unknown source. Later, the brutal interrogation of the prisoners leads to tensions exploding between the COG, UIR, Stranded and Jacinto survivors. A full-scale riot is avoided, for now. Delta Squad go on a fishing expedition, but again, their ship suffers an explosion which is revealed to be caused by a lambent creature, thus explaining the loss of the other ships. The COG restart their expedition to find the UIR frigate and find the wreckage. Lambent stalks rise from the ocean and decimate the ship. It becomes clear to the COG that the stalks are making their way to Emerald Spar Emulsion platform, the platform mentioned by the Grozny leader. The platform is reinforced by the COG, but Lambent stalks burrow through the bottom of the platform. A firefight ensues as the platform workers repel Lambent attacks, but the platform then catches fire. The Lambent continue to swarm the platform and the humans are forced to evacuate, leaving them no emulsion supply. As they escape, the platform explodes. After this incident, Hoffman, Chairman Prescott and the UIR Commander Trescu agree to fortify Vectis. At the same time, an armada of stranded ships are spotted en route to Vectis to evacuate their friends and families. The armada ends up joining the COG out of desperation, as it's the only way any of them can survive. Shortly before the Lambent begin their attack, the COG identify a huge underwater contact, which is revealed to be a Leviathan. Meanwhile at Pelruan, Mataki, Sam and Anya find a Leviathan moving inshore, dropping off hundreds of Lambent. One Leviathan is taken down by a King Raven, with the other two lured into traps. One is killed by submarine torpedoes, the other by Baird with the Hammer of Dawn. But Baird, known for his previous poor judgment leading to the trial of Kilo Squad, fires the hammer too close to the shore, damaging the base in the process. The stranded see the carnage and leave, abandoning the COG as the Lambent appear on the verge of victory. Hoffman convinces Prescott to leave for his own safety, but has an ulterior motive. After Prescott's departure, Hoffman raids his office, discovering data disks that don't match any known COG encryption. Unable to access these disks, Hoffman recruits Baird to look into it. Baird explains the disks not only don't match current COG encryption codes, but they don't match any codes at all. It appeared that they were built specifically for Chairman Prescott and must contain top secret intelligence. Back at Vectis naval base, Hoffman and other high-ranking officers debate how long they can remain on Vectis with no emulsion supply or uncontaminated farmland. The former UIR residents are in low spirits. With their rig gone and the imminent Lambent threat, the Grozny feel angered by the situation. They decide to abandon Vectis as the situation grows worse by the day. The following day, Marcus and Dom locate an emulsion pool, which the Grozny immediately try to harness, ready for pumping. The delicate peace at Vectis is on the brink of crumbling. News that the town of Pelruan is being evacuated causes further panic, and a Grozny attempts to kill their leader Trescu for being a traitor. As Delta patrol the pumping station, Lambent stalks erupt from the surface. Despite defeating them, it becomes clear the Lamben are becoming stronger. Hoffman's obsession with the data disk continues to consume him as he tells more of his allies about it. Markers suggest the Peruan archives may help in unlocking the data inside. Hoffman and Delta return to the mainland to find out stalks have been emerging there too. One of the few safe locations remaining was Anvil Gate, a place Hoffman knew well. Hoffman theorizes the Lamben may be a cog bioweapon created by Prescott. Hoffman confronts Prescott about the disk and demands an answer. Prescott denies the accusation but flippantly says it wouldn't matter if he had anyway. Prescott's keenness to leave grows, but doing so would split the cog and essentially end the coalition as a recognised group. Prescott no longer had the full support of Hoffman, Trescu and Michelson. With this in mind, he resigns from office and leaves the three men in charge. As Prescott is about to leave, Hoffman confronts him. Prescott asks Hoffman and Delta to join him, but they refuse, without any information as to where they were going. Before Prescott leaves, Marcus Phoenix calls him out for abandoning the cog. Prescott responds by insulting the Phoenix family name and then leaves. With the island no longer being safe, the former UIR troops return to Grozny as Hoffman leads the civilians to safety at Anvil Gate. As the evacuation continues, Marcus and Dom fend off various Lamben attacks. Shortly after, Hoffman conducts a ceremony officially disbanding the coalition of ordered governments. Hoffman travels to Anvil Gate and begins to establish fortifications, but later that day, all contact with Anvil Gate is lost.